Welcome back to the Super Expander podcast, where your expansion goes beyond just a vision of what's possible for you in life and business. Your clear path is begging you to get grounded, stay focused, and massively move the needle forward without draining your tank. Let's move out of the overwhelm, remove the distractions, get unstuck, and stay consistently performing at your highest level. Here we go. Hello, Super Expanders. Welcome back. A little temp check. How are your stress levels these days? And when you think about stress, do you think it's bad or do you think it's good? Because today, that's what we're diving into. We're talking about stress. We're talking about how if you change the perception of stress, what that means, how that translates into your performance. So I kind of want to paint this picture for you, right? She walks into a room. We all know a woman like this. She walks into a room. She is fully present, calm, and at ease, with this warm glow, this magnetism and strength about her. And as you watch her walking into the room, you pause for a minute and you marvel at this because you know that behind the scenes, she has 3 kids under the age of 10. She never misses one of their events. She sits on the board for 2 large tech companies. She runs a multiple 7-figure business with a team of 10. She just started her own nonprofit. Her father is ill and struggling, and her husband just lost his job, right? So you get the picture. We all know someone who has this thing about them that's has them all perfectly together, even though their entire life seems like it's got to be stressful. There's so many balls in the air. You have no idea how this person humanly manages it, and not only manages it, but does it in this really cool, calm, collected, powerful way. You marvel at how this person doesn't look frazzled, burnt out, or exhausted. And not only do that, they do it with grace. Yep, we all know a superhuman like that, right? And the fact is that some people are truly just high-functioning goddesses like that. But the fact is that you actually can be one of them too. And I'm not making that up. I know you're probably thinking, rolling your eyes, give me a break, shut the front door. I feel the look coming through the Apple podcast or whatever podcast platform you're listening to this. I can just feel it boring through at me that you're yeah, right. But it's true. And it takes one skill for you to learn. And it's learning how to change your perception of stress. Look, so there's no avoiding stress. Life is absolutely full of stress. And the truth is, we wouldn't want it to go away. Stress equals pressure, and pressure pushes performance and capacity. What do they say? No pressure, no diamonds, right? A life devoid of pressure would be so boring. A life devoid of stress would be boring. There would be no innovation. There would be no growth. So the real question is how do you harness the power of stress? How do you turn your perception of stress around? How do you make bad stress, quotation marks, into positive stress? It's perception and belief. I have a question for you. Have you joined the Super Expander free mentorship community? If not, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now and text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. Text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. I send out weekly tips and inspiration to help you grow your business, to step into your wealthiest, most highest self, to harness your full potential and live an exceptional and extraordinary life. And the best part is, it's really me sending those messages. So text me, say hello, and send me your questions. So we experience bad stress when we perceive that the demands on our time or our emotional availability, our competency are greater than our actual resources. And this is when stress turns into overwhelm. But good stress, on the other hand, is when our demands are higher than usual and higher than our usual resources, but we're still willing to try, to allow it to stretch us. And it's all based on our perception and what we think and how we believe and, what we think and how we see stress. So we need a certain level of stress to drive us, to motivate us, to make us grow, to help us see beyond our comfort zone and stretch us beyond our self-imposed limits. And the mechanism of stress, it has two components to it. And it begins with how we appraise stress and then how we handle it. How do we respond to it? How do we react to it? But before that, there's a belief system that we hold around stress. And that is really the most harmful piece. If stress is harmful or or we believe that stress is an opportunity to expand. And there's actually been studies that link our belief to stress to how it affects our internal, actual health in our body. If we believe that stress is good and it expands us and it pushes us, then it doesn't negatively impact us. But if we believe that it's bad, it actually causes things like heart damage and things like that. So if that's not a push in the right direction to start to work to shift your perception around stress, I don't know what is. So if you want to be healthier and you want to be more magnetic, you want to be dripping with confidence, and you want to be a graceful elite performer, just like that goddess that I described at the top of this podcast, the game is getting better at stress. And there's no shock here that there's a mind and body connection. And honestly, even though it's not surprising, it never ceases to astonish me, the intricacy, the nuances of those connections. So the next time that you start feeling the effects of stress, switching your thought to, this is my body helping me rise to the challenge. Try that out. See what starts to unfold. And as you begin to claim this, know that you are making a bold statement of self-trust. You're making a huge vote that you will rise and handle life's challenges. And if you want to rise to the next level and harness stress as a catalyst for elite performance, the tools and the resources and the support inside of the 4-Hour CEO program have got you covered. I know this is hitting home for you, and I have the tools and the resources for you to be the CEO who moves the needle forward in under 4 hours a day. Click the link in the show notes to learn how.